Welcome to the Loveland Laser Tag podcast. We just concluded our tryouts on November 28th. That is today. Everyone has come so far. We're so proud of everybody. They are the best. They're fun. They're talented. They are the Loveland players. We're going to introduce, we have a bunch of people right around us. My name is Mischief.
The Fear Turkey.
Death Spot 62.
Poe.
Memosaurus.
Feeder.
Sergeant Tucker.
Dr. Feelgood.
Slaughtermelon.
Jocker Dunkenstein.
Hot tamales.
And I'm Mischief. So we're going to go, so we're going to talk about fun things from tonight. Go.
I missiled Mason, and it was a friendly fire missile, and it killed him. Right as I got tagged. So we both died at the same time, right after I missiled him.
Having enough special points for 3 nukes and not detonating a single one.
At micro. These
When
are
did-
my nukes.
when did
When
that
our
happen?
entire game was commanders and
that was
heavies and resubs.
Oh my gosh.
was
So
one of
we did this thing. That was great. And yes, this is Caleb's self-made game mode. He's going to concoct the evil plan.
Hi, I'm Slaughtermelon. I created a new game mode tonight called AIDS Marines. The game of AIDS Marines is going to be played a little differently. You're going to let one team pick their, or you're going to let both teams divide up. You'll choose 2 team captains. I set a 1-minute timer. I let them pick any positions they want. Duplicates were allowed. After that 1 minute, I started the game whether they were ready or not. As soon as they died, they would come back up to me and I would respawn them. I originally was going to make them do it for 10 minutes straight, but they only got to 7 minutes. Yeah.
Green team
It was
got
great
destroyed.
because I didn't have to reset my pack once and I was a medic.
Yeah.
pretty great.
I didn't even get critical that game.
My
It was pretty
favorite
great.
my favorite part of that
Only
game
chance.
was Josiah was trying to Fear Turkey was trying to trade with me, and I thinking, oh, everyone's gonna pick commander, so I picked heavy, and he starts trading with me, and I kill him, and he doesn't kill me, and he's like, why are you a heavy?
Literally everyone was heavies. It was the
We
most
had 3
AIDS.
heavies.
We had 3
and
commanders, too.
and Death Spot was one on accident.
No, he was definitely a heavy. I was like,
Oh,
quick,
no, he
quick,
was a
change.
heavy. He was trying to get to commander, but he
No.
missed.
I was told to just be a heavy.
I don't know. You do what you want, man.
Let me
That was
tell
fun,
you
though.
what, Caleb. That
was
entire
fun. That
game
was fun.
mode, I saw about 15 reds around me at one time and probably one other green player.
There were
So I'm
7 of
sitting
us.
here like, what is going on? I couldn't do a single
game mode we played.
Green team giving up.
Yeah,
and
we are.
Yeah, that was.
You were not
We'll
happy.
say that's fun.
I
That's
heard
it.
about 1 minute, and I heard Joe just scream at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
Josiah
I got
saying
reset to
any
death
word.
by all of your heavies, so.
I think it was just the pure rage coming out.
Josiah got respawned.
I
and
heard
he was just
I
like,
heard Joe
waving his
screaming
phaser,
that
like-
he was like, I haven't come up yet! And so I come around the corner and put another
Well, because Morgan had just left finally, and then you came around the corner, and
put
then
one in
Luke
your
came
back.
around the corner, and then someone else came around the corner, and I was just like,
Let's talk about some of the big games that we had that were actually tryout games.
Well, I had a game where I was in ammo and I got separated. I was trying to get back downstairs or down the first floor, and on my way, I took a missile, and it turned the tide of the game. You'll see that in the video at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if that look, that's the look of a man who's been defeated.
You'll also see Morgan and I collide into one being.
I was about to say there was one I think it was last week where Mischief recorded and I was the last surviving scout. It was either last week or the week before. And so I'm sitting there trading off with a couple people and I know Zenless is behind me somewhere. And eventually I just suddenly hear "Doot," and I turn around and he shoots me for my last life and you just see me go, "Oh, why?"
Yeah, also in that game you see me trying to keep Mason alive, which was my medic and I was ammo. I'm like frantically trying to keep him alive. It didn't work out. We
Now-
both died.
I'm not sure how it looked from the camera angle, but sometime in there you're gonna see me and Morgan storming up blue ramp, like it was beautiful. He was commander and I was scout, and we just went in and just wrecked. Like we cycled really well. It was
You
really
also
good.
did
I didn't
that.
like
Memosaurus
either.
did a great
You
hand
two
gesture with that
retreated
too.
into the fun box and did it again. I was like,
I scored 9.5 Ks as a scout. That's when you
and
cut
then
the-
they both died because they were at like 2.
That's when you cut
Only
the fuel
9.5
spread
K, Caleb.
That was a scout
Why would you even brag about that?
because it was
That's
9.5.
disgusting.
I outscored everybody.
You
So.
always score at
But
least
did
5
we win?
digits.
Yes,
But
we
did
won.
we win?
See, my favorite part of the game that Mischief recorded was for a solid minute or two. I was alone on third as the green heavy, and I don't know why I was able to hold it, but I was at like single-digit lives and single-digit shots, and I was just yelling for my team. I originally yelled for the wrong team, but I yelled for both teams to come upstairs, and my team didn't listen.
Yeah, I did watch that.
One of my favorite moments from tonight was in our last game we just played, where I don't know, everyone was panicking. We were all bunched up into the chamber,
Oh, you're gonna
and
take mine.
Caleb.
You're taking mine.
I'm taking it because it was so funny from my angle. Caleb comes running in, and he's down. He's able to be reset, and he begins telling Hot Tamales and Sergeant Tucker, who are my resupplies, I need lives, but he was on the other team. And we'd been fighting them for about 10 minutes. This was at the very end of the game, too. And Joe starts screaming at Hot Tamales, hey, you need to tag him.
I did.
You did, but it took you like... I was concerned. Those 2 seconds, I was just like...
For the first couple
please.
seconds, I looked at him and I went, yeah, give me a second, I'm down. And then it like kind of clicked in my head and I went, he's not on our team, shoot him.
I'm gonna be really honest here. I ran past the entire team. I was cursing and shouting, I just want my beep resupplies. And they all believed me, so nobody tagged me.
I did not believe you,
until
mister.
Joe called it out and he was like, just tag him. Meanwhile, I was sitting there screaming at Hot Tamales to resupply me, so she wasn't tagging me.
I was in the hallway next to the big box. You know, it's like the one next to the side, and then it has the wall there. It was like the corner where the hole is, where you can see into the obelisk, like between those two. I was there. Bromley is screaming at the top of his lungs for resupplies, just holding his phaser in the air, hoping that somebody tags him. I tagged him like 4 times, killed him, right? So like in between those 4 tags is when things started to go bad, because I would tag Bromley, I tagged Noah, I took at least 6 lives off of AJ.
I hate you, shut up.
And then, like, I don't think anybody knew where they were getting shot from.
I
started screaming.
God, is that you?
So this is actually a good thing, though, because I called that out. I spent that entire game
Zane
calling
was trying
out
so hard
second
to get
floor.
everybody to
It was
pay
like-
attention to me,
yeah,
and they just weren't.
It was 50% Dylan's in big box, Dylan's in closet, 50% the heavy is on the ramp. His name is Eric. He's still on the ramp.
Hi.
Well, so what made that so panicky, in my opinion, was 4 voices at the same time suddenly started wanting resupplies while screaming simultaneously at the top of their lungs. One of those was Slaughtermelon. One of those was Siberian Death. One of those was Mischief was trying to get ammo because he was super low on ammo the entire time. And then Mimasaurus also came upstairs, and he was like, I've got 2 shots, I need resubs. And so me and Hot Tamales are just sitting there just like, oh my god, all of you need it all at once. Stop.
As I'm picking them off.
Joe, why didn't you resupply me?
Because I shot you down.
Dude,
I did a nice
got me
reset
really
chain
good.
on Josiah and Caleb.
Eric got me real good. I was commander, and I was just reset training like the crap out of everyone, like down in Red Cave, and then it was like, oh, no shots left. So I just start yelling out, Zane, where are you, Zane? And then Eric just screams out. He's like, upstairs, come to 3rd. And I go up there, and then Eric tags me. I was like, oh. And then Zane comes out of nowhere and gives me shots. He literally came around the corner.
He just kind of.
No, I was like, oh, hey, there you are.
Yeah.
And on that Calkins and I shenanigans, I think like the 3rd to last game, I was playing heavy, and I was at 1 life, 1 hit point on 1st floor, and I was the heavy, Calkins was commander, and I was just like running around trying to I mean, I got him like 5 times, and one of the ones I literally just ducked in the corner, so he shot over me.
It was really good.
And I was just like,
So I want to hear one from Fear Turkey, because I saw it, but I didn't get to see what actually happened. So there was a point where Siberian Death was the 3-shot, I think he was commander, and Deathspot was the scout, and he was hiding in big box, and all of a sudden something happened, and I just see Fear Turkey just start dying laughing. What happened? Like, I don't know what was going on.
So, Siberian Death was out of shots, and he tried to missile Deathspot 62, but Deathspot 62 came up just in time with rapid fire active, and he downs Siberian Death, and he just was completely baffled, okay? And so he just runs. Immediately after, Deathspot looks at me, dabs, and then runs away. And I could not stop laughing for like a good 45 seconds. I was just...
Because I was at the bottom of Red Ramp. I knew Deathspot was up there. I knew Siberian Death was going in. I was like, all right, Siberian's going to get him. And then I see Deathspot still alive, Siberian running away, and you're just dying laughing. I was just like, hey, that was pretty good.
I couldn't stop myself. That was probably like one of the spiciest moments in laser tag history. The scout dabs on the commander after the commander tried to disrespect him. Like, that was just...
So,
More spicy than you running around as medic and them calling you as commander?
oh my gosh!
That was so funny.
Never play Resupply with me again.
I looked her dead in the face right at the beginning of this game, and I say, "You're gonna know why they hate playing resupplies with me." She goes, "What?" And then I go, "Yeah." And so like, the game starts like very abruptly. We resupply everyone. I tag her and I just run away. Okay, and she's like screaming for me, and I hear her screaming, and I just run into where she is, just at the top of my lungs, just screaming, just nonsense, just like I wasn't actually saying anything productive.
I got to like Josiah, and you were like, ah! I was at 4, and I was in the blue cubby next to the blue ramp, and I was like, he's like already dead, or what? Where is he?
I was in the
just
big box.
screaming for you, and I was
okay.
like, no, I'm not gonna die 2 minutes into the game.
One of the best.
Big box, hearing you two just like shouting, like I knew exactly what you were doing. She was just screaming at the top of her lungs, and
I
you're
was
like,
just trolling. There was this terrible point in the game where I think she was at like 2 or something, and John nukes, okay? And I'm listening, and I hear that it's a 5-second, and so I'm looking her in the eye. She's like, tag me, tag me, tag me, and like it ticks down to the 1 second, and I just look at her, and I shake my head and I tag her right before it detonates. It goes off, and she just looks at me. She was like,
I'm pretty sure I had a brain aneurysm at that specific moment. I swear to God.
tag me.
It was the scariest moment.
You lost his phone.
I thought he was gonna let me die.
I liked in that game, I was playing heavy again, and Mischief came up and killed me, right towards the end, and I look at him and I just go, Josiah as a medic was not a good idea, and he just looks at me and goes, oh wait, he wasn't the commander? I'm like, yeah, he wasn't.
Okay, so
no, in
my
fact.
favorite game. My favorite game was when it was like the first medic game of the night for me, and so it's like less than 5 minutes into the game, and we get pushed off of 3rd floor. Can you stop?
I need my phone.
I don't care.
Those
You
are
can listen to what I'm
inappropriate
saying
pictures.
first. Okay. And so we get pushed down blue ramp, and I try to go into blue cubby, and there is like 7 people in my way, and so I hit one of them, trip, hit another, and then I fall. I try to catch myself with my left hand, and instead I hyperextend my fingers backwards, and so I just like slither into the blue cubby, and I'm just like, help. And the thing about being a medic is that you can't heal yourself. So I was in a tough situation at that point, and we ended up calling real life for that. That was fun.
When you can't just shoot your own hand with the...
It was ironic. She could save others from death,
But you
not
couldn't save
herself.
yourself. Have you heard the story of Darth Hot Tamales the Wise?
Relevant with Star Wars coming up.
You know, it's even
So
Wait, okay. Josiah, I want you to tell what you saw when you were reffing when I dropped my 4th nuke and I looked right at AJ. I want you to see exactly how this went down.
So he's looking her in the eyes from red base, okay? She's up on the red ramp. She can't visibly tag him. So she's just like, she sees him. She looks away to tag someone else. And then immediately I see him just like launch the nuke. He looks at me, looks back at AJ right in the face. She looks at him, looks away, and goes, I need to go get resupplied now. And she just like runs. The nuke goes off. John just like looks at me and then runs away. And I was just like, that was so dirty. Like,
I just looked at her.
it's so dirty. Like, just like, well, that sucks kind of thing. Like, I'm going to nuke.
What you gonna do to stop me?
Can I please
Something
have my one
I
spot
loved
back?
about tonight is Zane and I were our resubs. I was the ammo, he was the medic. And in the beginning of the game, Joe just comes and completely destroys us by blue base. So we're sitting here like, oh my god, you know, just trying to like get our grip on things. And I was gonna go around the corner to tag him. However, he was just kind of there and he was down. So I went to go meet up with Zane again. He wasn't there. So I ran to the middle. I was like, where is Zane? He wasn't there. I ran to the third floor. I was like, Zane, I have 2 lives. And then I look over to my right and he's standing right next to me. He's like, yeah? I was like, what? Where did you come from?
Dude, Zane literally pops up out of nowhere. He's a straight ghost.
Well, I got like there's quite a few times that game I got super separated from my team, and both of those times I happened to be a ammo or a medic as resupply, and it was kind of crazy because like that game that we were just talking about. I got separated between a heavy and a scout, between the ammo and the medic, and I was like, I'm gonna haul around the outside of the arena, and hopefully he's still there. I did, and he yelled for a call. He's like, where did my resupply? Oh.
My favorite game was the first game when I tried really, really hard to kill them.
You killed us in 4 minutes and a half.
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite game.
Entire team. That was my favorite game.
That honestly felt kind of brutal. Like that felt like a stomping.
Let me tell you, I was commander that game. I was on red ramp. My resupplies were in fun box. I'm like, hey, I need resupplies. Noah dies. He was our ammo. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, our ammo just died. I was like,
And
Morgan,
then out
please
goes the other one.
hit me. I need, like, just give me lives. And he just looks at me, shakes his head, and he's like, no, I'm not giving you lives. I'm not resupplying you. That'll give him points. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I
To
just ran
be
downstairs.
fair, that was the right
Rebellious
call.
medics.
Well, because to be fair, that was the right call because Mimosaurus ended with 2 shots.
Yeah.
So, if he had given you more lives, that would have honestly been more points.
Yeah.
But
But still, just in the moment, it was just like,
bases.
what?
I love that game because they just surrounded third floor, and out of nowhere, here comes Josiah, puts a missile on me. I was like, crap, okay, gotta run. He shoots me
Gotta go
again. I was
fast.
like, oh my god, there's more people on the third floor. He comes, missiles me again. I was like, no. And I like run into the corner, and then off goes a nuke, literally out in a minute and a half. I was like, ah.
It was so bad.
it was interesting from the resupply perspective because I was trying to get through Mischief the entire time, who was like resetting me. Eventually, Mischief walks away to go get more ammo because he's like, I don't have any more shots for you. So he walks away, and I go over with, I think Hot Tamales was my resub that game. We go over, Fear Turkey comes up and he goes, yeah, I've got a nuke, and he drops it right then and there, and I go, oh, it's been like 40 seconds. And he's like, yep. He just walks away.
Yep.
See, where I thought Calkins was going with, that's where I thought John was going with that story was he was looking for his resupplies and Josiah's head popped out and I was like, no, that did not happen.
No.
Joe, you
That would have
wanna-
been even better.
You want to tell
hello?
the story of how I died from your perspective when you were telling us to go get a base run and then I died instead?
Oh. So during the last game, like right after Slaughtermelon had tried to pull his shenanigans, we decided that it was best to leave the chambers and we went over to Funbox. And we did resupplies and I hear 60 seconds remaining and I go, okay, me and Hot Tamales are gonna go get bases. And Mischief looks me in the eyes and goes, all right, give me another double before we go. And I was like, all right. So we give him one more double, we give Poe one more double. And then all of a sudden a nuke drops and I'm like, okay, cool, this is great. We start running downstairs because she's low. I watched 5 red people pop up and put 5 into her back while she's got 3 lives. I'm like, well, she's gone, and I just sprinted right by. And so Mischief and I are at Red Rock, and he's like, I need shots. And I was like, I know, but we both need bases. And so we had that little bicker for about 5 seconds, and I think that's ultimately what cost me red base.
Only because I hadn't had shots the entire game. Otherwise, I would have been okay.
I was trying. All of you
like,
needed shots the entire
"Joe,
time.
I still need shots.
I know, all of you needed shots the entire time.
And before that, before we went into Fun Cubby, into the Fun Cubby, we were over in the Cubby on third, on blue side, and I didn't go to Fun Cubby when everyone else did. I don't know exactly why. I don't really know what was really happening. Caleb had come in and cleared everyone else out. Everybody like rushed out of the cubby except for me. I downed Caleb and I scream, "He's down! Come back!" And my team just stays in the Fun Cubby, and so I'm just like screaming because by that point the entire rest of red team had like gathered in front of the cubby, and then Caleb's just like, she's in the cubby, and I'm just like, no, because I downed him and he was down, and then nobody came back to push them out, and it was so sad. And I get that you needed
It was
shots.
a hard knock life for all of us.
Yeah, it was
From the
really
red
sad.
team's perspective, it sounded like.
Yeah. So the best part
I
about
need to
that
wrap
though,
this part up.
yeah. The best part about that though was I know that Mischief, me, and I think Mimosaurus was with us, all poke our heads out. So I just kind of imagined we were doing the Three Stooges where one's on top of the other. Because I looked out, Mischief looks out, and then Mimosaurus looks out, and we're actually the right heights to do it technically. So I imagined that was all the red team saw, and they were just like, "What is going on over there?"
So
Okay, no, we have to cut it. Yep. All right, we're going to go around. Everyone gets 30 seconds. Don't make a big monologue out of it. I want you to tell me what you need to improve on most in laser tag. This is a test of your humility. My name is Mischief, and the thing I can improve on most, I have an addiction to heavy weapons.
He has an addiction to playing Junkrat.
Which is me.
The thing I can improve on most is learning who to prioritize in what situations. Sometimes I'll go after a scout when my team needs me to take off the heavy, or I'll sacrifice all of my time to run low on shots and lives just so that a scout can get full. And then it ends up with me yelling at my ammo for shots the entire rest of the game. So I need to learn priorities.
I need to be faster.
No, you don't. You're the fastest person here.
That doesn't mean I don't need to be faster.
Man alive.
Poe here, I definitely need to work on my medic skills. I'm a very offensive player, and let me tell you what, I cannot do defense, especially when I have to sit in the corner with people constantly yelling at me, and I'm like, you're all gonna die. So,
That was me for the first year.
Mimosaurus, and I'm very similar to Luke when it comes to prioritizing people. There was a game where I was a scout and commander. Wait, scout. Commanders. Commander, yeah. I was rushing up to chamber, and like pretty much everyone was there. Luke was heavy, and Mason was to my right. He was a scout. Luke was to my left, and I tagged Mason first. I should have tagged Luke first, because then I could have tagged Mason and then gotten Luke down, but I didn't, and I was sad. So.
Hot tamales. I think I could do better with being a little more defensive, because there are points in time where I'll like peek out a little too much to see where everyone's at, or I'll try to get a shot into someone before they come in the cubby. So I think I could do better at that. I think I could also do better at kind of deciphering what everyone's saying, because there's a lot of times when we can get pushed out and there's a lot of people talking and I don't know where to go or what to do because nobody's saying anything. So
Feeder, at least when I'm playing heavy, which I did a lot of tonight, I personally feel like I need to improve. What I like to do is I like to use like my sheer presence to bully people away. Where like, yeah, I'm the heavy, I'm coming up soon, so you better move. No, and what I feel like I need to improve on is knowing when to leave, because a lot of times I'll be like, I'm gonna get you, and then 4 people come around. I'm like, oh.
No. Dr. Feelgood, I probably need to work on my awareness. A lot of the time I think I'm doing a lot worse than I actually am, and it kind of tilts me a little bit, and then I actually start doing bad, and then it tilts me even more, and it's a vicious cycle. So
Wait, what do you mean actually?
What?
Always bad.
Sorry. Sergeant Tucker, one of the things I've been working on since we returned from Detroit was something that one of our subs said to me, which was Venom. And it's more that I have to play more calmed and collectively, and I have to understand what's going on more, and that it's okay that my medic takes a shot or two, and I don't need to be freaking out about it, but that I just need to keep a constant flow of communication going with my heavy as the ammo.
Yeah, you do. Panic immediately. Run away. Scream.
Get a spot.
Oh, I saw, dudes. What's the question?
Oh my god.
What do you need to do to better yourself?
No.
I think I just need to like explore the other like positions and stuff, because I've normally ever played just scout, so I don't know. Yeah. Yeet.
play more Space Marine.
Hi, my name is Slaughtermelon, and I'm perfect. But actually, no, I'm just kidding. In all reality, though, I definitely need to work on how I react to things. Like, if I'm only getting one resupply, I'll start getting tilted. So then I'll just ignore the other resupply, or I'll say the F word, and that's bad for penalties and sportsmanlike conduct. So I need to work on my in-game temperament.
Junkrat here. Basically, after thinking about what I could do to improve, I have issues with sometimes pathing. When I get downed, I have a hard time getting away from people, one of the ways to do that would be pathing. Another way is finding better cover. Also, just a little bit smarter pathing in general. Like if I'm even just on first floor is where it really hurts. I oftentimes get shot from second floor to first, so I need to be more aware of the other floors and also path myself so I cannot get corner shot or peeked through while I'm sitting on first most of the times where that happens.
And that concludes our podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you another time.